let's move on to finishing the bodysuit and the teddy. Now, before we can do the last steps, which are the shoulder straps and the hook and eye, first we have to add the fold over elastic to the side bra cup, as well as the top of the back bands, as well as like this little curve on the back bands, as well as the leg openings. I am not going to show this step underneath the machine because it is the same step as sewing the fold over elastic along the neckline. I am going to use the wider fold over elastic for the top or the side bra cup, as well as the top of the back bands. And this little swoop here. Now on this little swoop here, so I'm going to sew from strap point all the way around on the top of the back bands. Then when I sew the fold over elastic on this little swoop, I'm going to cut it off so it's right flush with this edge. But on this edge, leave like a 1-inch tail. It's for the ring that will go around it. It will make sense once you get to that step, as well as the strap point, because you need some elastic in order to wrap that ring around. If it's flush like this, it might be a little bit difficult to wrap it around. Once the fold over elastic has been added to the underarm top back bands, as well as the little swoop on the back. And don't worry if this is like flopping around right now and really like isn't taking shape. Once you add the hook and eye, then you can give it a nice press with steam, and it will look more like a U. And you can see here that I added the fold over elastic to the leg openings. I also added the gusset beforehand. Okay, so let's move on to the straps and hook and eye and the barrel closure. Now, one thing to note is that the strap length for the bodysuit as well as the teddy are different. So refer to your instructions for the length for each. There's a shorter one and then a longer one. So first step, and I have 3 of them sewn already, and then I have 1 of them not sewn, so I can show you. So you have your strap elastic. Where did my ring and slider go? Here it is. So you have your strap elastic and you have your ring and your slider, I'm sorry. You will put your strap elastic through one side and then down the other side. So it is going up and over that center bar. And you're gonna fold this back about like an inch. And as you can see there, it's just like an inch there, but it's over the center bar. So that's a yes. This is a no, and this is what a lot of sewers usually do their first try, is that they put it through the sidebar. That's no, that's wrong. Take it out. So you put it up and over the center bar. And then down again. And then this little tail on the edge should be about like 1/2 inch, 3/4. Then once you do this, you will stitch close to the slider. Now you might have to adjust your needle position, but I will show that clip to you on how I move my needle position to the right so that I can get really close to the slider. So once you have those, we're gonna put those out of frame for a second. You are going to feed your ring through the strap point. And this is why you have a little bit of a tail, because it's really easy to wrap this around if you have more elastic to wrap around. So I'm gonna pin that in place. And then you're gonna sew that down with a straight stitch back and forth as close to the ring as possible. So once you have that, now the way that you add, bringing these back into frame, the way that you add the strap elastic differs from teddy to bodysuit. So for the strap, or for the teddy, we're gonna take the longer strap and we're gonna feed this from wrong side to right side. My shiny side is face up. And then you're gonna repeat that same operation. So up and over that center bar and down again. Boom. Now I'm gonna flip this over. I did one side. So you're going to, before you attach this, you are going to feed the back elastic through the barrel closure and then wrap it back again. And then you're gonna stitch it down with a straight stitch. I have one here. And honestly, how you want the barrel closure to close, whether it's up and like over like this or down and over like that, it's really up to you and what you think is easier as far as closing it from the back and opening it from the back. So I actually left this tail here because when I attach the strap elastic, I like to lay that over the tail so that it like clean finishes that edge of the elastic in all of this. Looks really nice because from the front side, when you have this closed, you can see this edge. So if you cover it with this strap elastic, it looks really nice and clean. And I know sewers love a good clean finish, so that's what I like to do. So let's move on to the bodysuit. So for the bodysuits, now the pattern instructions call for 4 rings for the bodysuit. Don't freak out if your kit came with 2 because you can do 2 rings on the Penelope bodysuit. So I have my rings already in place. I'm gonna take my strap elastic, I'm gonna feed it through the same way. Now, if you have an extra strap elastic in your stash, you can add another ring here. That's what the pattern instructions call for. But another way is to just tack these together in like a seam, boom, 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 and then you flip it out and then it's clean finished at the edge. That is another application that would only use 2 rings. So once you have that done, then you will take your hook and eye and your hooks and eyes open like this, and you will feed or you will put the edge of the center back bands or the back bands inside and then stitch as close to that edge as possible. For the hook side, you will have to sew with the hook side face up and move your needle position just like you did with a slider because you can't sew this with the presser foot over it. I have this backwards. Your machine will get skip stitches and it just won't be nice. So you need to move your needle position so you can still get underneath and get a stitch in there, but you can't be stitching on top of these hooks. I will have a little video clip so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Bodysuit and teddy are done. As you can see here, you can see the back opening closure. So the straps covering that seam, really nice and clean. I love that little detail. So here's a peek at the teddy, the front, the back. And then here is a peek of the bodysuit finished as well. This is the front. I haven't ironed it yet, so it's a little wonky, but once I iron it, it'll look a little bit better. Front, and then the back with the hook and eye. And I did add the rings because we got plenty of rings here. So it looks really nice. So if you made it to this step, the panties, which is the final video, is going to be so easy. So I will see you, not really seeing you, but you will see me in the next video.